Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and I am a practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living. And if you have anything taking you out of this moment, this God moment, because all of the moments are God, but any of those things that are making your mind twirl about, I just inspire you to set them in a big garbage bag right by the front door. And you can pick them up on your way out if you want to, or you can just leave them there. I invite you to just settle back into your seat. And just breathe into this moment. In this human experience, there has been a complex array of uncertainty, of outrage and triumph, and devastation or heartbreak or bliss and dream and manifestation. I see myself in a room, standing on a pillar above all of the things. And I take a moment and think about all of the dreams that I have. My dreams, the big ones and the small ones. And then I take a moment and I think about God's dreams for me, through me. Learning a new language, learning to ride a new bike, learning to help others. The uncertainty, the mystery. I must say it. I'm sure it must be out there somewhere. The doubt. The I can'ts. The I not good enough. The scramble, the chaos. Like a giant cluster of tangled up cords behind your TV. And being peace moving through them. So each knot and each cord represents a knot or blockage or energy that is not moving. And I see the first one coming towards me. And I feel something. And my guides say, move through it in peace. Breathing into the complication and holding peace. The knot seems to free itself very easily. And I feel elated and overjoyed. But these feelings are short-lived as the next knot comes at me. This one seems a little more complicated. And my guides and angels urge me to live in the music, to move through the peace, be in the now. Notice the lines and marks and textures of all of the chords. And breathe into the peace again. And I watch this dysfunction all of a sudden fall into alignment. And now I'm even overjoyed, more overjoyed than I was before. My heart feels so light for a moment. But then the next knot comes along. And it is even bigger, even more overwhelming. I feel defeated. But I remember I've done this before. I've done this a few times. I've done this a few hundred times. I drop into the peace of presence. And once again, I notice the colors and widths and styles of chords. Some are smooth and some are ribbed and some are separated and some are together. And I breathe again into this peace. And instantly, the challenge falls away. And I hold on to this peace in this present. In this moment of, oh my God, I did a thing. Human life may throw complexities, challenges, things out of my control that I may not have chosen. But I have a choice how I choose to think and feel and be. And I choose peace. And I choose presence. As much as my tiny little human being can. When I turn around, I realize that I am surrounded by all those cords that were plugged in that seemed so chaotic and not able to be plugged in are now plugged in. I am plugged in to the complete source. I'm surrounded by lights and heavenly music. And it's so stunning that I must breathe into the presence, into the present. Every light I can imagine, and even those I can't even imagine, are around me and almost consume me by the beauty of what they are. And the music is unlike any other music I've ever heard, so intriguing that I want to know more. And standing here in this moment, I am bliss. The awesome radiance of just being present to witness such beauty. It is such a gift of the present. To play on all the levels, smell, sight, touch, taste. It is so freeing that I realize at this point that I am no longer standing on anything. I am light. And I feel myself be overcome by the love of God. My heart is at peace, and so the love of God can thrive, can multiply, can flourish. Without barely a thought from my mind. And now that I have this level of peace in my heart, I choose to share this with others. And so I push my heart out all around me, on all the ways, all the directions, all the styles, all the vibrations. I push my peace out. But peace is open at the top. And no matter how much peace I think that I'm giving away, there's twice as much peace flooding through me. and it permeates and envelops the entire earth. Each other human being on this earth, when they connect to my peace, I feel it and I have even more peace. And before I know it, the entire earth is enrobed in peace. And I feel that too. This is such a great power. And I'm so grateful that I can be aware to witness this level of peace and share it with others. Watching the peace drip gently from the bottom of the earth into the universe and all the stars around. We always have peace. And now that we have settled into this peace, I invite us all to hold this peace all week until we come back again. To remember the peace in uncertainty. And now I will close, and if you will say with me, and so it is.
Check, check.
Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We're your Joy Notes, and we're also going to be doing some special music today as well. So, but my name is Alice.
Sister V.
Sue.
Kevin.
And if you'd all rise, we are going to sing a Karen Drucker song.
Send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the seas. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Prayer. I send my prayers over the mountains. I send my prayers over the seas. I send my prayers into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Love.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Lovely. Good
Y'all
job,
did.
everyone.
Come
Oh, that
Take
was
on.
great.
Take time to meet your neighbors and turn your cell phones down.
Yes, yes.
Morning,
Go-
everybody.
Go ahead and mingle. Do a little meet and greet right now. And then we'll call you back here in just a minute. Yeah, because
Everybody's done me.
Another
Okay.
Karen Drucker.
Go ahead and return to your seat, and we're gonna all sing together. I am so blessed. One of my favorites.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. Fancy meeting you here. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Sister V, and I'm your presider today, Joy Notes, announcer, you name it. Board member, I can do it. once again, I want to welcome you if you're here in the building, in our main hall here, or if you're watching from Facebook or YouTube. We are so glad that you're here. Remember, without you, there'd be no us, right? We can't spell us without you.
But you can't spell S.
Oh, my, yes. Yes. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives using these principles of science of mind. It inspires minds and opens hearts and empowers our lives. And I want to say the science of mind principles are more than just a lifestyle. It's a way of being. Once you begin to study this principles of science of mind that was by the founder Ernest Holmes, and he took all kinds of religions. It's not just, we're not a religion, we're a philosophy of life. So if you never knew that before, that's what it is. Some people just call us a church, but that's just because, that's our normal vernacular. But we are a center for spiritual living, right? So we use these principles to live our lives and empower our lives to be better people. And those principles vibrate through us to others. So know that just because you're coming here once a week or whatever, and you're kind of getting a vibration, you're carrying that vibration with you when you leave here. Know that to be true. So when you fill yourself up with all the goodness here today, with our talk and our music and the people around you that's giving you love, know that that vibration is going to carry on. And you, this one person, you can change the world, okay? Right? All right. Here, our global vision, we envision a world which has a renewed emphasis on beauty, nature, and love through the resurgence of creativity, art, and aesthetics. Our practitioner of the day is Radiant Gaines, and she'll come and set the tones for today, say a spiritual mind treatment. But before that, we're going to sing again, and we come together.
Come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one mind, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord.
If you have anything in this moment that is keeping you from this presence, I invite you to hold it in your hand. Hold all of it in your hand. And bring your other hand to it and squeeze it as tight as you can. All of those things that take us out of this moment, squeeze them as tight as you can. And when you open your hand, it's full of glitter and happiness and sparkles, because that is what the present moment is. Childlike delight. So I know that there is only one power, one complete presence in all things. I feel this completely with my whole being, down to the tips of my toes. It is Highway 126 and the ocean and the universe, the stars that are sparkling right now, even though I can't see them. I know they're there. I know they're listening. And I know that as I speak these words of God, through my complete conviction of heart, that it is. It just is. I love to breathe into that God is and feel it. So I know and affirm that when I come to the center, that my heart is full of love for all my people, for this great experience that I have an opportunity to participate in. And every time I come to the center, the congregation grows, the love multiplies, the happiness prevails, and peace. Oh, the peace. I get the opportunity to be in the music and the upliftment and the classes. I am a part of something greater. And I'm so grateful to play with my friends in this giant sandbox of goodness. Grateful to feel all of these experiences with like-hearted, like-minded people. And grateful that all of the good is for me, and it has already been provided, and it has already prevailed, and it already is my life now here in this center and out in the world and out in the universe and all of the things past that. It just is. And I release this into the consciousness that has already said yes before I've even said these words by saying, and so it is.
Thank you, Radiant. And now we'll go on to our affirmations. Our May affirmation, I'll say it once, and it'll be up on the screen for you to say it with me. These affirmations, to get us to say it out loud so it kind of instills into our being, right? When I experience a sensation of doubt, I allow myself to see it as healthy curiosity. Love is the foundation of my questions, and I share who I am openly, no judgment. Doubt opens the door to learning. Together, when I experience the sensation of doubt, I allow myself to see it as healthy curiosity. Love is the foundation of my questions, and I share who I am openly, no judgment. Doubt opens the door to learning. And we're in for a treat today. Like I said, our practitioner of the day, Radiant Gains. Our talk, a message will be by our own Susan Cochran. And we also are having special music by our own Joy Notes. Yes, come on up, guys.
Good morning, everyone.
And this song was written by our own Suzanne Otis.
And my late partner.
And her late partner.
Attitude of gratitude.
I got an attitude of gratitude, and I'm not lying. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It starts in my heart, flows to every part. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It's in the way that I feel when the feeling is real. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It's a universal flow, a feeling you know. It's kind of contagious, and now as we go, it's a mindset, aerojet feeling inside. Come on, hop aboard, catch a ride, it's bona fide. I got an attitude of gratitude, and I'm not lying. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It's here as a time, just gotta watch for a sign. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It's something bigger than me for all the world to see. Yeah. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. A universal universal flow of feeling, you know. It's kind of contagious, but now as we go, it's a mindset, aerojet, feeling inside. Come on, hop on board, it's a ride, it's bona fide. I got an attitude of gratitude, and I'm not lying. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It's not so hard to do, and let your light shine through. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. It puts a smile on your face, lights up your world with grace. Attitude of gratitude, attitude. A universal flow of feeling we know. It's kinda contagious, and now as we go, it's a mindset, aerojet, feeling inside. Come on, hop on board, it's a ride, it's bona fide. Attitude of gratitude, 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 attitude, attitude of gratitude, attitude. And our opening.
Yeah, where are we
We
going?
got one more for you.
Yeah. Okay, this is our meditation song right before we receive our service message. And if you can just go ahead and plant your feet, sit in your chair, lean back. Just kind of let everything go so that you can hear this beautiful message we're about to receive.
is ready to receive.
Good morning. Let's see if this is working. How's everybody doing? Great. We're going to start with a little bit of a visualization, a healing. I learned this when I studied theta healing. And this is a little energy clearing that I thought we'd start with. Matt, if you're interested, you can play a little bit. So I invite you to settle into your seat, feel the seat beneath you, feel the ground beneath your feet, and if you like, visualize roots going down into the earth. Allow yourself to breathe and come into this moment. As you visualize those roots going down into the earth, you can start feeling the energy of the earth coming up from the ground up into your body. Breathe that in. Feel that energy swirling around your legs, inside of your body, going up into your trunk. You can visualize it swirling around your organs, going into your blood vessels. Breathe it in. And know this earth energy is clearing, healing, supporting you. Now I invite you to visualize the clouds parting above us and a bright white golden light coming from the heavens. Visualize that light going into the top of the crown of your head. Breathe that in. Watch that light, that golden, divine, unconditional love go throughout your body, going into your lungs, into your organs, swirling around your chakras, clearing, healing, loving, and supporting you. Bring that light into your heart. Feel that connect with your divine source. And now that light from the heavens washes over your body, washing away anything that no longer serves us. Any energies you picked up along the way, anything you want to leave behind, it just washes it away, clearing away anything that doesn't serve us. Any false beliefs, any resentments, any hurt, just washes it away. And what is left is this perfect divine being. And I visualize right now that energy washing over this entire room, over Eugene, over the nation, over the world, supporting, loving, cleansing, and clearing away anything that no longer serves us. This divine unconditional love penetrates every being and brings us back to the source energy of peace and love. And gratitude. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being you. So it is. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I have to admit that I do not like to take on diagnoses of which doctors or psychiatrists or whoever else has told me what I am. I don't like to keep myself in those boxes. So I tend to say, I have the symptom of, because I don't want to own it. But writing this speech, I have to say, I had symptoms of ADHD. I have written this speech for 2 weeks, and I probably wrote 10 different speeches, and I put out, I hyper-focused on all the things I would ever want to say. And so it took me in the last couple days to try to really narrow it down. So be gentle with me. I've got a lot going on in this head that I want to share. Yeah. So, but our topic is on living with uncertainty and embracing the mystery of life. I first, and we're going to talk about what that means and give you a few little tools to look at to help you with that. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about my background so you know where I'm coming from. I started to attend a Church of Religious Science, which is what Centers for Spiritual Living were called in the past. I started to attend in the 70s. My dad was a Christian Scientist, brought up a Christian Scientist, and my mother was Lutheran. And so I, as a child, had some mixed messages about what it meant to have a spirituality or have a religious beliefs. And I'm really fortunate that both my parents allowed me to explore all avenues. And that's what I love about Science of Mind, is that we are open to all faiths and all paths. And so one of the things that I had a special surprise when I went to go get my transcripts, becoming a practitioner. On my transcripts was that I took Science of Mind 1 and Science of Mind 2 in 1980 and 1981. And I know, how could that be possible when I'm 35 years old? I know. But anyway, so the whole, this whole time in my life, that set me on a journey of exploration and looking into different avenues. I loved studying about Buddhism and world religions. And when I went into college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I couldn't figure out what my avenue was. And I saw that there was a class on metaphysics. There was a class on world religions. And I took a class on epistemology, how we know what we know, theories of knowledge. And all of a sudden, I ended up with a major in philosophy, with just taking classes that I wanted to take. But an interesting thing happened when I was studying Greek philosophy. When I was reading Plato and Aristotle, it occurred to me that they were asking the very same questions that we're asking 2,500 years later. What is the nature of this life? What happens? What is life and death? What is reality? How do we know what we know? And it kind of struck me like it was like an ego hit. Like, you're telling me I can't figure this out? Like, if we can't figure it out in the last 2,000 years, do I have any chance in my lifetime to figure this out? And so it kind of struck me like this left a feeling of uncertainty and a feeling of almost nihilism. Like, what is it all for? Maybe it's all for nothing. I don't know. Like, it left me a little existentially depressed for a while. Because, what's the point if I can't figure it out? And so I struggled with that a little bit, but I continued my pursuit in life and my spiritual pursuits. Meditated with Buddhists, went to retreats of all kinds, and did all kinds of things. Went to Buddhist temples in Thailand, and I traveled extensively and would learn about the religions and go to the churches. And all over Europe, I went to every church, and I, searched and prayed and looked for what there is to know. And so, I also studied shamanism. I studied Carlos Castaneda. And one of the things that Carlos Castaneda said is, you are so damn something. Hold on one second. Let me find this. I thought I had it memorized. Yes, thank you. You are so damn important in your own mind that you forget that the world is a mysterious place. Amen. And you are a small part of it. So this started me to accept that there is a mystery, and that it can be cool that we don't know everything. And that the mystery of life is actually really fun to explore. And so that kind of had me out into some more directions of a search and exploring some of the more esoteric, shamanism, magic, paganism, just kind of looking into some of these more mysterious worlds. And so I continued after college. I continued on in life, and I did everything that I thought I was supposed to do. I continued with my education, got advanced degrees, and went on to having a pretty prestigious career. Worked hard, got the house, had the partner, did everything to make everything stable and secure in my life. What I was thinking was gonna solve the problem, all my problems, and I hit a lot of losses and pains and tragedies in life. I lost loved ones and dealt with a lot of death and grief. I was a victim of violence and had my leg shattered. A variety of other physical injuries, skiing accidents, car accidents, grappled with chronic pains and back problems and on and on. And it turned into what I didn't realize at the time, spiritual bypass. I learned to shove it all down and say, you know what, everything's gonna be perfect. Everything's great, everything's fine. I can deal with this, just move on. And what happened was all of that popped up later in really ugly ways. Addictions, relationship problems, burnout from my job, my career. And I got to a point where I had a dark night of the soul. I felt like I lost everything. I did. I lost all my money during the 2008, 2009 recession, lost my home, my partner, everything in my life and my external circumstances crashed and burned. Excuse me. And it set me in a dark night of the soul that would, and I also was abandoned by my family. Because I was having a really rough time with addictions and stuff, and they had enough of me. Who knows? I probably wasn't the nicest person in the world at the time. And so that I was dealing with that too. And I went on a spiritual journey to find myself. I grappled with that dark night of the soul for a couple years. I got sober, and I was really working on myself. I got rid of everything else that I owned, and I went and bought this little crappy, it was great, never mind, it was beautiful, it served me well. This little Dolphin, 1989 Dolphin RV. And I grabbed a friend who was also very lost in life, and we jumped in that thing, and this was over a decade ago. And we traveled around New Mexico, Colorado, Texas, and we'd go work little carnivals. We'd show up the day of the carnival. Does anybody need help? And I was, making funnel cakes and just kind of living life and really enjoyed the little adventure. And we ended up deciding to go to Mexico. And so I was dealing with a major anxiety from traumas that I had not dealt with. I had really bad driving phobia from a couple tough car accidents I had. And so I wouldn't let my friend drive because I had to be in control. So I was white knuckling this thing in Mexico. If you've ever driven in Mexico, yeah. The driving is something else. The people, I don't know. I mean, I love the Mexican people. They're the sweetest, loving, and chill people. But for some reason on the roads, it is insanity. They will pass you on blind turns. And I was just constant, my hair was on end. I was just such a mess. I'm sure I made my friends miserable with my anxiety. And then they have potholes that come out of nowhere and topas that you can't see. There's speed bumps that you don't even see. And this in this little RV was just constant stress. Add on top of that, any of my friends were worried about me being down there with cartel and calling me, are you safe? And oh my God, what are you doing with yourself? And so I had this noise of, you're doing a really dumb thing, and then I have the stress. Well, anyway, we spent several weeks, we spent a winter down there, and it turned out to be really amazing. But we ended up driving all the way down past Puerto Vallarta, and with lots of interesting things along the way. And we ended up at this beach. And this beach was there was total solitude. There was a little place that people stayed up walking distance this way, and then there was a turtle hatchery that was this direction. And so I would go over and help the little turtles to get to the ocean, and really not much else. And about a month in, sitting on this beach, my friend said to me, so do we have a plan? And I was like, not really. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna go camp down there, down the beach. I'm gonna go camping down here, and I'm gonna do my thing. And I'm like, yeah, cool. How long do you think I should be gone? Doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. Like, we were just there. We were in the moment, and I was like, this is my place. I can unwind. I'm safe. I can take the time I need for me. And I had my dog Blaze, 100-pound German Shepherd mix with me. And my dog and I would just sit on the porch of the RV facing this, drinking my coffee in the morning. And I would go out there and maybe play in the water a little bit. Go back, there was a water truck that found out that we were there that would bring us water and produce that was for like hardly any money at all. It was so inexpensive. And nobody cared that we were parked there. So I was like, I don't know, we'll just stay here for a while. Like I said, a month in, I'm sitting out here and going out at night, swimming in the ocean. They had the plankton, the sparkly green plankton, and I'd go out there and look at the moon and the stars. And I was like, oh, praise God for this, praise Spirit, praise, the divine for this moment here. And I just soaked it all in. But I was afraid of going out too far because of the sharks. I still was a little bit, still dealing with my stuff. But I felt safe and secure, and I was able to relax and journal and heal. And I don't know how long we were there, to be honest. I don't even know. I lost track of days. I lost track of hours. One morning when I was drinking my coffee on the patio of my RV with the thing hanging over, I look up, and Blaze is sitting with me. I look up, and there's a crocodile that is 15 feet freaking long, that is crawling out of the water that is this little creek. We were like at an estuary, a little creek. This thing it seemed not close, like from here to the piano, came out of the freaking creek water, crawls up and walks up to the ocean and disappears. And it's paused here, I screamed, Blaze! And I swear to God, Blaze's eyes went like this, like he went, and I said, Blaze, get in! And I grabbed him and we went inside. I stuck my camera out and took this picture. So this is the actual crocodile. So in that moment, I was like, my world crashed, my little safety world bubble that I thought I had crashed down around me. And what's interesting is we find out that these crocodiles come up through these little estuaries and rivers and use the ocean as transportation to the next thing. And they come and go quite frequently. So guess how safe I was out there walking around with the plankton and praying to the heavens. Like how safe was I? And so fast forward to very recently, I was in a shamanic journey, and I had a visit from one of my main guides who is a snake, and he kind of can be a jerk sometimes, but he hits me with brutal truths that are painful sometimes. And he brought up this memory in the journey, and he said to me, Susan, safety is an illusion. Quit chasing safety. You've never been able to predict what you need to do for safety. You've been wrong most of the time, and you fucked up your life doing that. Quit playing small, quit playing safe. Fear is an illusion, safety is an illusion. Stop it. Just stop it. And so I was like, that really hit me, that I was told it in a different way than avoiding fear. My guide said to me, it's also about not just constantly seeking safety, and that so much of our time is wasted doing that. And it really got me thinking. It really got me thinking about that. What would I do with my life if I wasn't concerned with that? And what would my calling be? And so it's become a little bit of a mantra to me in my own mind when I catch myself doing things for the purpose of safety or security. And I've just been learning how to embrace uncertainty and insecurity. So Eckhart Tolle said, the fundamental delusion of humanity is that we cannot know the future. But the only thing truly known to us is this moment. And to embrace uncertainty is to embrace life itself. And now with everything that's going on in the world and the insecurity that I see, I'm continuing to grapple with this. Where does the future hold? What should I be doing with my life? What do I do with this? And I've really had some big anxieties around that. What do I do to participate in the solution for the world? But it's been so tough sometimes when I don't even grasp where we're going, what needs to be done, and it's been unsettling. John Allen Paulos really points to the paradox of this when he said, uncertainty is the only certainty there is, and knowing how to live with insecurity is the only security. So I love the Serenity Prayer. And I'm sure you've heard it or you're familiar with it. I love this prayer. And I'd like to read it to you. There's many versions. I like this version. Spirit, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking this world as it is and not as I would take it to be. And I want to take, this is so rich to me, I want to take this in pieces a little bit. The serenity to accept the things I cannot change, there has to be an acceptance. We have to, if we're going to find peace of mind, we're going to have to accept that not everything in the world is going to match what we think it should be. People are not going to live up to expectations that we think that they should do, or and learning to allow and see things for what they are is, I think, some of the biggest thing that we need to do here. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, becoming in the moment. We cannot do anything about the past. We cannot go back in time and change anything. And once we can get in the moment and fully live here, and we cannot worry about the future because we cannot predict everything that's going to happen. We can't worry about that. Half the time, we can't prepare for that. We've got to be in the moment. But also being in the moment allows us to have the divine guidance that we need. Meditation, prayer, whatever spiritual practices we have, that time to go within is where we find the guidance. And if we're too busy with the clutter in our heads of the past and the future, we can't hear that voice from inside that directs us. So the one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time. This next part is so big to me. Accepting hardship as a pathway to peace. Let's acknowledge that none of us get through this life unscathed. We all at times feel like victims of this world. There is no way that everything's gonna be perfect for anybody for any period of time. And you know what? That is by design. If we were not given the opportunity to have those challenges, we wouldn't be able to grow, evolve, become who we're meant to be. We're such learning experiences, but accepting hardship, accepting that, accepting the things that have happened to us, and knowing it's actually really is happening for us. and that is a way to find peace of mind. Taking the world as it is, not as I would want it to be. This is huge, too. Like, I mean, there's so much going on that is painful. And I am one of these that is a big believer that I don't know that we are built to take on everything that's happening in the world and to know, even knowing about it, it's so much, it's so heavy. But if we recognize there is a divine intelligence behind all of it, that is beyond our little human brains. We may never get it. We may never understand it. But that's where faith comes in, is knowing that there's something, a driving force that is evolving, that is for good, that is there to help us through all of this and supporting. And it's a big picture thing that, as I say, just I might not be able to see from this little human perspective. But when I go inside and I connect to that source energy, that's when I can feel that peace, that energy, that life force that is permeating the entire world. That is where I can feel that peace and find the peace of mind. So that's one of my biggest tools is I love to revisit that serenity prayer and those types of principles to get a grip on that. And it talks about controlling what we can control. We need to take responsibility for doing the work for ourselves. A lot of times we want other people to take care of the problems we have, whether it's a counselor, a spiritual guidance. All that any teachers come to you is to point in directions, to point to possibilities. But it is our individual responsibility to figure out what works for us. Whether it is classes or seeking help or whatever it is, there's so many resources nowadays. Oh my gosh, all you have to do is get on YouTube if you want to learn about anything. And we are in a culture that accepts asking for help. That is a beautiful thing I've seen in my lifetime. That if you have an issue, there's nothing wrong with going and seeking professional support or spiritual support. But it is our responsibility to do this, because if we don't do it, we're not going to be able to show up for the world in the way that we can fully give our gifts to others. When we're caught up in our own traumas and crap, we get very self-centered. We get very fixated on our own problems. When we can heal ourselves to a degree, then and it's an ongoing process. But when we can get to a point where we can start listening for our guidance and we start really finding our gifts and our calling, that is when we can really fully show up for the world. So what can we do? We can clear the clutter and get in tune, get in touch with the divine. Change Your Thinking, Change Your Mind, Ernest Holmes, he was a trailblazer, our founder, talking about, what we focus on becomes our reality. I am a licensed psilocybin facilitator here in Oregon, and I was pleasantly surprised when I was learning about neurobiology and neuroscience, that everything that they know now and are learning now about neuroscience is the same thing Ernest was talking about from a spiritual perspective 100 years ago. What we focus on becomes our reality. Our neural pathways build. So if you focus on negative, you're gonna get more negative. You put on dark glasses, you're gonna see through the world everything's gonna look dark. If you put on rose-colored glasses, everything's gonna look rosy. And you need to be aware, what are our repetition thoughts that we're building neural pathways with? What's your baseline? What's your default? Are you consistently thinking negatively, or are you consistently thinking positively? This is something that we always have control over, is our thoughts and our beliefs. And I could go in that for days. I wrote a whole speech about that, but I couldn't get it in for today. So that was another one of my speeches that I prepared for this. But anyway, and I want to give time for other things as well. But I just want to say that our duty is to do this work, even if it's in small ways. Just starting small, taking a class. Reverend Linda's got a shadow class coming up. There's always little things we could do. Like I said, starting the work, it's our duty because right now is when the world needs us, guys. Like, this is when we need to be here for each other, for our community, and we have such a powerful effect on one another. Such a powerful effect. We can boost each other up, or we can instill fear in one another. And so let's be a community and work on our stuff and work on this together so we can show up and send out, as V said today, to do the work here and raise the vibration that trickles out from us. It does start with us. And so, yeah, we have an obligation for this and doing our part in the small ways and showing up to the world the best we can. And I just want to thank you all. I am so grateful to have this community. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to be here and connect with everybody. And I just want to thank you all for being here today. When I was talking here about how powerful we can be for each other, the next part that we do is the transformational moments or miracle moments. I find that to be very inspirational because we have an opportunity to share good things, and that can really inspire us. And so I'd like to invite anybody that might want to come up and share something good that's happening in their life. Come on up, Dana. And then anybody after Dana. I would just love to take the opportunity. Yes, great. So we'll just have you come up one at a time and use the microphone if you don't mind.
Sorry about it, yeah.
I'm not as fast as I used to be. First of all, it's ironic that you asked me up here because on the 7th of February, I came in here for the first time. And you were here. You were the only one in the building. I had been trying for months to get into the building and was always locked, picked our own times. And in many ways, you saved my spiritual, psychological, even physical life, okay? Because of what's happening to my leg right now. That's all going to get handled. I know that. I know that. But you were the first one. You're not the only one. There's another one sitting on the second row over here, and she knows it. The two of you have changed my life. And I'll tell you, for those of you who've never read Ernest Holmes or never gone back to the bookstore back there and looked at some of those things, take that opportunity. It is so important to build the base, which is what you're talking about, inside of your heart. There's somebody teaching me that every time she sees me, but it's a very important thing. I have been through some interesting times. A lot of you have. I'm an academy graduate. Within 2 years of my graduation, 60% of my class had been killed in action, okay? I'm a Vietnam vet, obviously. I've had viral meningitis. I survived that. I bailed out of an airplane when it hit a flock of geese. I survived that. I will survive this because I'm here to learn. And the Spirit decided that. The Spirit said, you're going to learn and you're going to pass it on. And if you go out there and recruit a few other people, it would be appreciated. So I have a tendency to look for artists. It's not an accident. This lady is an artist. There are others in this room that I know there are too. I work at Mod Kearns too. But it's like, pursue those things. Susan, you pursued a bunch of things and then found what you wanted to find, but you had to go through all that stuff first. And your message to do that meant so much today. Thank you. Thank everybody here. I love every one of you.
Thank you so much. Come on up,
Acacia Koa is my name, and I've been here about 6 or 7 months. Last year, in January, I wanted to leave the United States, and so I went, before I was to leave, I fell and fractured my lower back. And that did not stop me. I still went to Mexico and was there about 2 weeks, fell again, and got sick and came home even sicker. So I said, okay, Mexico's not it. So where should I go? How about Oregon? Okay, so I put my house up for sale, and it wasn't selling, and it was just remodeled and in a beautiful place. But somehow I had to trust in God and just pack everything up and leave it, coming here not knowing what I was going to do, but I had a couple of friends, and so I just trusted. If God is my source, then I have to trust in God to say, this is my path, and I'm on it. So I came here, stayed temporarily with a friend, renting a room in her house, and Naomi, who sings here, I had visited last year, and I said, I love where you live. If anything comes up, please call me. And so I was in Eugene for a month and a little bit, and she called and said, there's a place opening up. I immediately went over, saw it, bought it, moved in the next month, and have been here, and it's been the best move of my life. And I have moved 50 times. So my father was in the service, and so anyway, you have to trust in God. You have to believe even when you don't know where you're going or how it's going to go. That trust is everything. Thank you.
Oh, it's lovely. Thank you guys for sharing. What is the next thing that we do here? Ushers, blessing the offering. All right. Radiant, would you like to bless the offering, my dear? You're so good at this.
So if you will take your gift in your hand, and while you are holding it, if you will think about the joy you have in this room, the love that you feel when you come here, and think about how much bigger and greater that it could be. Think about the potential that it could be beyond anything that you can even fathom, bigger than that. And think about the gifts that this center gives to you by coming here every week. And maybe you'll consider adding a little bit more, because this money that you put in the basket, this treasure that you give to the center, is not about the center. Like, we've been here, we're thriving, we're doing great. It's about the investment that you make in yourself. You love yourself enough, you're willing to grow and keep coming back and taking classes and listening to the music of Matt and Mo, because, oh my God, we are so blessed. It's that gift of investing in yourself. So I inspire you to add a little more each time and hold that space of joy of being here. Hold that space of knowing that you've come to a place where you can grow safely. Kinda. I mean, it's a whole lot safer in this room than it is out in the community sometimes, up until now. So anyway, hold that space and hold our center as we grow and prosper together. And what a gift. So I know that God is all there is. God is the source. It is source. And as I stand up here talking, these words, not my words, but they're coming out of the mouth of my body, are the words of God, the words of the source. And I know and affirm that anyone who hears my voice in this moment, including my own personal ears, are connected to this source. And our source is multiplied as we tithe our talents and treasures to this wonderful facility and community. I can't even fathom the greatness of where we are today. The gratitude to be able to put my money into a place where I know it goes to the better good and it thrives and grows for even more people than just me. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and share the experiences that we have together and grow in it. I know I said that over, but I love growing here with y'all, and I love watching y'all grow too. And I'm so grateful that we can. And I release this into the consciousness by saying, and so it is.
It is.
Susan.
She got to get some notes. She got some notes.
Okay, she's getting some. So the
And-
Joy Notes have
hang on.
another little song.
Hang on. Here we go. Hang on. Hold on to your seats.
Kevin, you want to introduce this one?
Oh yeah, Let Your Love Flow by the Bellamy Brothers. I know you guys know this one. Sing with us. Yep.
All right.
Well,
There's a reason for the sunshine side. There's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling drive you deep inside. Send you reeling where your love can hide and then grow stealing. Slide with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream. Just let your love grow. It's the smallest of dreams and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. Just let your love fly like a bird on the wing and let your love find you. So all living things and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. It's the reason. There's a reason for the warm sweet nights, and there's a reason for the angle lights through the season. Let the love light shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and say you wonder with its love and embrace and feel thunder as it warms your face. Can't hold back. So let your love flow like a mountain stream. Oh, let your love grow. The smallest of dreams and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the reason. Just let your love fly like a bird on the wing and let your love find you. So all living things and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. It's the reason.
one more time.
And let your love flow
Like a mountain stream and let your love grow.
with the smallest of dreams and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on the wing and let your love find you. All living things and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean. It's the reason.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. That's a good one.
The end of our service around just a hair because of time frame, and I was informed that because we video that we do have a little bit of time constraints. So we are going to skip announcements. I would ask you to make sure you're getting the newsletter, but I want Bonnie and Andy to have an opportunity to come up and talk about our most important thing that we have that is to be announced, and give them an opportunity to talk to us.
Well, good morning, everybody. Hallelujah. We have a few minutes, so that's kind of like a prelude of what's going to be happening in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about this wonderful, absolutely, this retreat, Greater Eugene Retreat. It's going to be off the charts. I implore each and every one of you all to just take a moment and think about how you want to grow, how you want to explore, how you want to see yourself moving to the next level, whatever that works for you, whatever means that will help you to get there. Externally, we're going to be on the McKenzie River. So you can commune with the birds, you can commune with the trees, and we're going to have just an absolute wonderful time. I mean, I could go into a lot of detail, but I'm going to let her talk about that.
It's June 4th, 5th, and 6th in the McKenzie River. The price is so reasonable. If you look at other retreats, they're 3 times that. And we're gonna talk about, no, we're not gonna talk about it, we're gonna come alive.
Yes.
If you wanna come alive, and I noticed today the energy here is amazing. It's,
Amazing.
you can feel the joy as soon as you walk in the door. It's really up and high, and so we're gonna continue that, and we're gonna talk about expansion in your life, expansion, and getting rid of all that stuff that we do that gets in the way, and just throw it into the river. So we're going to have some dancing and some exercises, and if you want to go sit on the river or under a tree the whole time, you will get exactly what you need, because it's a beautiful, magical place, and you can design it yourself.
Great
So,
music, too.
oh, hey, hey. We can't forget about that. The music will be incredible and really supports everything. So we hope to see you there. Thank you.
All right, you guys. Practitioners and reverends that are available, stand please. Take a look around. We've got Radiant, Kathy Day, Reverend Trish, me, V. We are here to support you. Come to us if you want to talk about anything after service. We love you. We're here for you. And thank you for everything. All right. If you'll rise.
You gonna say affirmation?
You can be if you want to.
And if you'll say with me, our last affirmation, and now it begins with me.
And now it begins with me.
And so it is.
Dude, that feel you did with Imperfect Harmony.